This is the Ultrahuman Ring Air, and this ring will change your life. No, seriously, it will. And this ring will also make you faster in Gran Turismo 7. That may be the case, and I'll explore that a little bit later in this video. So I guess the obvious question you're all thinking what now is, why on earth am I reviewing a ring? I'm not a fashion or beauty channel. I'm not a health and fitness channel. I'm not strictly a tech review channel either. Yes, I reviewed some of the Moser equipment and sim racing hardware, but I'm talking like mobile phones, smartwatches, smart rings. That's not what I do. So why am I reviewing this Ultrahuman Ring Air smart ring? Now those are all really valid questions, because I thought exactly the same thing when Ultrahuman sent me the email to ask me and offer me this ring for review for free. But they have no creative control over this review. They don't need to see anything before I launch my review. My words are completely my own, and my loyalty is to you guys, the viewers. Without you guys, the viewers, the opportunities wouldn't be available for me, so my loyalty lies with you guys. And for the longest time I didn't respond to this email because I just couldn't figure out how this is relevant to me or you as the viewers, until the point where I realized that as gamers, as sim racers, we don't have a great reputation for looking after ourselves, for being healthy. So this is something that I thought could help us out. It may help you out. And as sim racers, we all know that telemetry is key. So if you've got tyre temperature data, you can drive the car appropriately to make the most of the tyre temperature you have. And without those data, it's difficult to make judgment calls as to how hard you should push the car when you're driving. And the same is actually true with ourselves as humans. So without telemetry, do I need to go to bed early because am I fully rested or not? Or should I go for a run? Am I fully recovered from the night's sleep before? Without any data, we are just living our lives completely blind. Furthermore, having our human data available to us can help to gamify our lives. We can see data, we can see progress, we can choose healthier life choices and actually see tangible improvements in our resting heart rate, our HRV values. All of the data that is presented to your app through the Ultrahuman Ring actually makes life a lot more interesting. So let's have a quick overview of the product on the product website. So the Ultrahuman Ring Air is the world's lightest smart ring. That's a fantastic claim. Accurately measures sleep, HRV, movement and temperature with insights to help you improve your health every day. All sounds good to me. Let's just scroll down and see what we've got. So this is a different product. This is the Ultrahuman Home. I'm not reviewing that in this one right now. Let's keep going. Accuracy at its core, precision engineering, trusted by the world's #1 ranked cycling team, more accurate to measure from the finger than from the wrist. That's a bold claim. And then clinically validated, cutting edge metabolic score. All sounds fantastic. So looking at the product in a bit more detail, I can show you it big because I don't have the camera equipment to be able to properly show you off how cool this ring actually looks. So it's essentially a band with tech around the inside, and it looks pretty good. It's 2.4 grams, so you barely know you're wearing it. Beautiful from the inside, so there's a lot of tech in there. It actually looks incredibly good. So it's got an PPG sensor, 6-axis motion sensor, so it's where it determines all the motion that you're feeling. Hypoallergenic smooth inner shell, fighter jet grade titanium, tungsten carbide coating. All those sound like incredibly fantastic strong metals. Up to 6 days battery life. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. So yeah, recharge at your own pace, all this cool stuff here. Feel free to check out the full website. I'll link that in the description below, and then here's all the cool stuff. But guys, it's a ring, so how do you know what size to buy? Luckily Ultrahuman have thought about this, so when you go to buy the products, you can essentially choose to have a ring sizing kit sent to you. I'm just going to scroll down here to where it says to choose your ring sizing kit. So here we go here. It's recommended to have a ring sizing kit, and I'm going to talk to you about that right now. Once you've placed your order, you will receive the Air ring sizing kit, and this is, well, first of all, it's your first experience of the Ultrahuman packaging, and I've got to say the packaging is lovely. It is basically Apple level quality with a magnetic hinge on the front, and this contains essentially every single size of the Ultrahuman Air rings as plastic blanks from size 5 through to 14, and you essentially just choose whichever one fits you best. Now I chose size 10, so we just got size 10 here, and you just put it on, see how it feels, and the recommendation is to wear it for 2 days to see how it works out. And I would highly recommend doing the full 2 days and basically just try it on different fingers, see which one you think you like best. It is recommended to do it on the index finger. That provides the most reliable data from their words, but I have actually tried mine on all of my fingers, and even when it's on a loosely fitting small finger, the data still does record pretty accurately. However, I am choosing to use mine on my index finger. Now, here is a pro tip. If you're a bigger dude and you are looking to lose a bit of weight, now obviously you will slim down as you try and make healthier life choices, and I probably would recommend to try and size the ring that goes on your ring finger, and as you slim down and lose a bit of weight, you can then transfer it to the middle or index finger, because you are making basically a financial commitment to a size of a ring, and if you intend to lose weight, you should really bear that in mind. And over the course of those few days, I would definitely try out different sizes in different environments. So try it in hot weather, cold weather, wash your hands, have a shower, sleep with it, see how it feels, and basically just this is your best way to make the right size choice for your commitments in the future. And now I have to say, the size 10 fake ring compared to the size 10 Ultrahuman full production ring is almost exactly in size. It is to the nearest millimeter, sorry, the nearest tenth of a millimeter as far as I can see. And I've got to say, it's very, very impressive. And the weight isn't much difference either. The full Ultrahuman ring is barely any difference in weight compared to these mock-ups, so you get a really good idea how the ring feel will be with this sizing kit. But before you go ahead and place your order and confirm your sizing kit, you need to probably choose which colour. There are 5 colours available. There is raw titanium, aster black, matte grey, bionic gold and space silver. I chose matte grey, and it's absolutely a fantastic colour. I'll try and get some close-up shots for you of this, but I'd say it's more on the dark side of grey. It's almost a matte black. If I was to try and compare it to something else I see in a daily routine, I'd say it's almost like a magnetic kind of look to it. And I think it looks fantastic. I can't comment on any of the other colours because I only have the matte grey version, but I'm incredibly impressed with the finish of the matte grey colour scheme. So when the time comes and you've decided on the size and you confirm your size through the Ultrahuman ordering processing, which was incredibly good actually, I'm impressed by that whole process, you'll receive your Ultrahuman Ring Air product in fantastic, again, Apple level quality packaging to the size you specified and the colour you specified, and the way the box opens, it's just fantastic. It's got that dampened cardboard effect, really pure white packaging, and in here you have the ring, and there was one card that actually stood out to me here. Now it's basically, it says, "Hi there, you've got your hands on more than a ring, blah blah blah, companion powerhouse, silent cheerleader." But basically it calls out to say that even the coolest tech isn't invincible. The ring may pick up a few battle scars along the way, especially when you're crushing it with those dumbbells, but aren't scars the coolest. So they're basically volunteering that the surface finish of the ring may not be 100% durable, and you should expect to see the ring wear in and maybe develop a few scratches over time. Now, I've had this ring for 3 weeks now. I've put it through the ringer. I've been out on the mountain bike. I've been on a few walks washing the dishes, all that kind of extreme stuff. Obviously sim racing, smashing it off of the grips on the KS wheel, and whilst it has received a few kind of surface blemishes, they just wash away. In fact, I got a bit worried where I hadn't shot any of the product videos and photos while I was wearing the ring, and I got a little bit of a knock on it, and I thought I made a massive mistake. But actually, like how my ring is right now, it is 100% clean. Now that is probably specific for the matte grey finish, because obviously the surface finish will have an effect on how durable that surface is. So maybe some of the more shiny rings maybe suffer with the surface blemishes and scratches that's reported in this card here. Let's have a quick thought about battery life, because, well, who'd have thought that we've got a ring that requires a battery, but obviously it does, to keep all of the data tracking. It has all of the connectivity to connect to your phone and sync the data, and they report a 6-day battery life cycle, and that probably is true. I've not thoroughly tried it. It does have a low power mode which can get you extended battery life if you need to, but the recommendation is to charge it a little and often, not do a full charge cycle and a full deep drain cycle. In this ring is a very small, I think it's a 24 milliamp hour LiPo battery, and from what I know from LiPo batteries from radio controlled cars, from EVs, basically they like to work in the middle, kind of 30 to 70% charge range. And for me, using this ring as a daily routine, there's always going to be a part of the day where you just can take it off for 10, 15, 20 minutes, pop it on the charger, and when you're finished doing the activity, perhaps while you shower, you just pop it on the charger, and then you're done. And you do that as part of your daily routine, and you just never really think about it. It just becomes part of your routine. And speaking of the charger you get with the Ultrahuman ring, it looks like it is sized per ring that you order, and it's very just simply with it plugged into USB-C. You just place the ring on the charger, and it charges completely contact free, and you just remove the ring, wear it again, and you're good to go. Now let's get on to the cost. Now this is quite an interesting one, because it's an incredible bit of tech, but it doesn't come cheap. I think it does represent good value, and at the time of recording this, it's between £300 and £350 to buy this ring, but I would check it because prices will vary. It'll be similar in dollars and whatever it is in your local currency, so feel free just to check out the Ultrahuman website for the most up-to-date prices. But the significant thing with the Ultrahuman Ring Air is that it does not require any subscription fee. Briefly looking around the other smart rings available, they all require a subscription fee, and this is what I really like about the Ultrahuman Ring Air. So for the core product, there is no subscription fee. All of the useful data is provided to you with the purchase of the hardware. So the Ultrahuman app is pretty simple. You just click on the app and it will load into it. At the very bottom of the screen, you'll see the progress bar where it syncs your current data from your ring. That happens every time you open the app, and this on screen right now is essentially this is your live page for today's activities. So it's nearly 10 to 10 right now, and you can see my movement score for today is 48, and if I continued not to move, that score would incrementally go down. You start the day with a 100 movement score, and the more active you are, the more you keep it at 100. So I'm going to click into movement now, and you can see how many steps you've done and which hour of the day you've done those steps. It records your active minutes, your active hours, so which hours of the day have you been active, number of calories, and workout frequency. Now, as you can see from today, it's been a particularly slow day for me. I've been at work most of the day, come home, and then started preparing to film this video. Next one along, we've got the stress rhythm, and this is an incredibly useful guide, and currently it says I'm stressed. And as it turns out, what I've discovered is making YouTube videos is stressful. So we're going to click into this right now, and we'll see today's activity. So today's stress rhythm score is 80, and if I continue to stay stressed during the wind down period of the day, which is recommended, then that score will drop a little bit. As you can see from the main graph here right now, it's been pretty normal. So basically what it also tells you is during the middle of the day you are more resilient to stress. It's fine to be stressed and stimulated during the day when your body is able to take it, but towards the end of the day, you can see that white line just tapering down here. That is a recommendation to start to wind down and not introduce too much stress. My problem is I am a late night YouTuber. YouTube, this isn't my job. I have a day job. I do this out of hours, so between the hours of 9 and 1 a.m. in the morning, YouTube videos is my second job, and clearly from the graph right here, it's stressful. But there are ways that the Ultrahuman Ring Air app allows you to mitigate these stresses. It gives you breathing exercises you can do, and it just gives you advice to help you to manage the stress a little bit more. Scrolling now down to dynamic recovery, this is almost a rundown of all of the different elements that are sleep, stress, etc., and it gives you a score to let you know how well you're doing at recovering from the previous day or previous days. So today's score for me is 75, and looking at here, we've got ones that are within range, things that need work, things that have dipped, and this is where I can see where I need to improve. So right now, my 7-day HRV form and last night's HRV are particularly bad, and we can click into each of these and it gives us the previous historical data. We can scroll down, it gives us community average, top 10 percentile average, our current score, and it also gives you ways you can improve your HRV through breathing methods, workout frequency, optimize your sleep and environment, and all of these things are useful ways you can make improvements. And then we have sleep tracking. This is probably one of the big features of the Ultrahuman Ring Air is sleep tracking, because it's so light and easy on your finger. You can sleep without any interruptions. You've got nothing bulky on your wrist. So if we click into sleep score now, I got a sleep score of 79. Not particularly long in bed yesterday, so my sleep efficiency was only good, it wasn't optimum. And down here we've got a few ones. So the total sleep was only good, not optimum. Restoration time, and it also gives you your sleep stages. So you've got your awake, REM, light sleep, deep sleep, and if you click on each of them, it can tell you how long you're in each of them here. So I had a good session of light sleep towards the morning, and it gives you how many full sleep cycles you had, how many times you've moved, your heart rate during your sleeping hours, your HRV, which is your heart rate variability during your sleeping hours, and it also gives you a morning alertness score. So as you can see, on August the 10th I felt particularly groggy in that morning, so I think that was a weekend, that was probably a chilled out weekend morning. But today, as you can see, I'm quite well in the optimum zone, getting up straight to work, and we're good to go. It also gives the number of times you've tossed and turned during the sleep, and it also tracks your body temperature throughout the night. So this is something that can contribute to the way you're sleeping. If your body temperature is very high, then perhaps your sleeping environment is a little bit too warm. You can make conscious changes to make these improvements and get more sleep, better, more quality sleep. Then it gives me a statistic on sleep debt, and yeah, right now I'm in debt by 2 hours 7 minutes this week, and it gives me a target to get to bed to recuperate those hours. So looking back on here, it's recommended that I get to sleep between 11:01 p.m. and 11:31 p.m. to get the minimum 9 hours recommended sleep to allow me to catch up on the sleep that I didn't get from the nights before. All of this is very, very useful information. And at the bottom here, it's got the graph of my current heart rate through the day. My heart rate is currently 95 beats a minute because I'm talking, I'm stressed, I'm trying to get a good video delivered to you guys, I'm trying to get this information across to you so you can make informed choices on any product purchasing decisions. I've got a 41 VO2 max score, temperature deviation of 0.16 degrees elevated, so I'm a little bit hot at the moment. Looking into VO2 max, we get some more data on my VO2 max score. So So I've got a score of 41, which is deemed to be good for a male of 44 years old, and that is me. I'm 44 years old. Resting heart rate is 56 beats per minute. Today it is a little bit higher than it usually is, but it still puts me just in that excellent score for a 44-year-old male. My problem currently, and my area that I need to focus on, as told by the Ultrahuman Ring Air, is that my HRV is pretty poor, and this can be because you're feeling under the weather, because you're feeling poorly, but there are ways and things in this app to help you improve your HRV, which is your heart rate variability, your heart's ability to adapt to different requirements, whether you're resting or whether you're exerting energy. And then you also have smart goals. So I'm currently hitting none of my 6 smart goals, which is not good for today, but other previous days I've been pretty close. Down, it's got a bit of a timeline. Basically gives you the summary of all the notifications that you've been told today, and then it's got the Ring battery life. So my battery is currently at 49%. If I was to click on the Ring, it gives me more information about the Ultrahuman Ring Air, and you can put it in airplane mode, power saving mode. There is locate my ring, all the firmware updates, all the factory resets, all of the useful information, which is absolutely fantastic to fully control your ring. And this data is stored, as you can scroll back through all of the previous days you've had here. So let's try and find a score where I had, here we go, today on Wednesday the 7th of August, I got a movement score of 100. I did 13,000 steps, many active hours, and yeah, proof I do some exercise from time to time. Looking at the stress rhythm for that day, and you can see that it automatically detects when I'm walking. I think this particular day I was out at a theme park, so you're spending a lot of time walking between rides, standing in queues, and each of the walks we did between the big rides, it has recorded those walks as activities in the app. It automatically detects activities for you. Now switching back to the day, and in the middle of your main page you can choose to select a breathe work activity where you can help to improve HRV, resting heart rate. You can even have activities where it will raise your core temperature a little bit. All of these different activities are incredibly useful, and just go and try them out. Do a bit of well-being on yourself and see if it makes you better. You can also record a workout, so if I wanted to go for a walk, I can record the workout. It is in beta at the moment right now, but we simply just choose, we can choose any of the activities that are predefined, and interestingly gaming is an activity you can choose, so I'm not sure how. It does say it's low intensity, so for example I could choose outdoor walking, and it does actually enable GPS to track the outdoor walk using the GPS from my phone, and then the heart rate and everything is tracked and locked into one activity, which is really useful. I think it should be noted that I think the heart rate monitoring when you're using a beta live active activity, it is more frequent, so it may drain your battery a little bit more. So yeah, this feature is currently in beta, and I think there'll be testing and improvements going forward. Another recently added feature is the power plugs. So we click on this and we can add in various power plugs which help us to give us more insights and information to help us make better, healthier life choices. So this one up here is the circadian phase alignment, essentially doing the right things at the right points of the day to make your body form a better cycle. So right now we're in the phase delay. This is where we should be winding down to relax. Minima is at the night where you are resting heart rate is the lowest. Phase advance is the kind of morning routine. The more things you do early in the morning, the more you can bring your alertness forwards. The dead zone is the bit in the middle of the day where your body is okay at dealing with stress, and then we're back around to phase delay again. So this keeps you track of what phase you're in, so you know whether you should be being active or just winding down. So that is a reasonably brief overview of the app, and there is so much you can dive into with the amount of data that is presented to you in the app, and that could be a whole new video completely. But I think I've given you enough of an insight to let you know that the data that is presented from the Ring in the app is incredibly detailed, and it's incredibly useful as well. It wouldn't be a very good product review if I didn't tell you about the negatives with the Ultrahuman Ring Air, and it's actually difficult to find some negatives. Now, the one thing I can say is that on a few occasions I've had the app not fully sync. I needed to swipe the app away, relaunch the app, and then it worked perfectly again. So there's a few minor annoyances, and I think an improvement I would also like to see from Ultrahuman is to offer a kind of self-contained battery portable ring charger, almost like with the Apple AirPods, where you would just put it into a case to charge your ring on the fly, and then this contains a small self-sustaining battery that then charges your ring, so it'd be much more convenient to charge it if you're traveling around, for example. This review has ended up being reasonably in-depth. However, if you've got any questions about the Ultrahuman Ring Air, then please let me know in the comments below, or if you've used one yourself, share your experiences with other viewers of this video. Now, Ultrahuman have offered me a discount code, so if you use a discount code DOU10 at checkout on the Ultrahuman website, you can get 10% off the Ultrahuman Ring Air, or maybe just follow the links in the description below. They may already have the discount codes applied, but honestly guys, this isn't my job. I don't rely on any of this stuff. It's just get a bit of discount for you guys. Whether you decide to buy the ring for yourself or not is really up to you guys. It's at this point in the video where I'd normally just direct you to another video that I have that's on a similar topic, but it's quite a rare and unique video for me to be doing a tech review product on this channel. So I'm just going to say check out the links in the description below for the link to the Ultrahuman Ring Air product video. And if you did enjoy this video, then make sure you smash that like button and let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.